So, with only 4 rounds left to go, the Drivers' Championship has already been determined, but the Constructors can be decided tonight. We are here in RPL Formula 1 Season 5. This is round 17. We are in Imola, Italy. Welcome along, everyone. I am Ironwolf here, and as you said it right, the Drivers' Championship has been decided last week, with L74G winning the Drivers' Championship after getting the win in Brazil last week after Jack suffered a 3-second penalty. But the original results from Brazil, it was Jack P1, L74G P2, and TB in P3. But because of penalties, the penalties actually went this. Luke was your winner, TB was second, and Gecko was in third. So, Luke is your driver's champion coming into tonight's race. 323.8 over Reese's 208. But currently the battle right now is for P3 between Maxwell with 177, TB, who overtook Matt with 158, and Matt sitting with 155. Constructors' Championship is up for grabs tonight. Red Bull 543.5 to Mercedes' 401. In order for Mercedes to stay alive in the Constructors' Championship, they must outscore Red Bull by 11 points. So, let's see who is in deck tonight. So, with Williams, we have ETSR Layton, aka Laggy Layton, Matchy W in the McLaren, F1X in the Mercedes, Cryptic in the Williams, Zakaria in the Haas, the Chiller in the Ferrari, Maxwell in the Red Bull, Beatnik in the other McLaren, Polygon in the Alfa Romeo, AK in the other Haas, Gecko in the other Ferrari, Reese and Red Fire making up Alpine, NRM KVS in Aston Martin, Egg in the AlphaTauri, Luke in the other Red Bull, Dasher in the Alfa Romeo, TB in the other Mercedes, and Jack in the other AlphaTauri. So, who is missing? Who is missing from it? Okay, we're missing an Aston Martin. That's who we're missing. The other Aston Martin, which is Joe Loki. That's the other Aston Martin. Well, speaking about with next season, while these guys are out and about on deck here at the Imola circuit, F1 Tier 2 race here a couple weeks ago, and F2 was actually here, and holy hell, we just saw Layton just kill himself. Wow, interesting junk there. So, Layton immediately out. Okay. But while these guys are out and about trying to get their runs in, it looks like it's going to be TB, and he's got a Haas up his butt. That's gotta be either AK or Zakaria up his tail. I think it's Zakaria up his tail. Anyways, speaking about next season is seeing a lot of changes here and there. So to start up, Matt and Maxwell, they are going to be, Matt GW and Maxwell, they are going to be in Red Bull next season. AlphaTauri has Beatnik and Scyther in the AlphaTauri. Mercedes-Benz has F1X, and we just found out that Reese is not in F1 at all next season. He's going to F1 Tier 2 in Red Bull. A newcomer, Jacob N, is going to be in the Mercedes seat. McLaren, it is TB and Joseph Loki, who should be here tonight, but we'll figure that out in a second. So AK sets the provisional start time, and Red Fire blows it apart. Williams has no one as of yet. Aston Martin has NRM KVS, and Luke, who last week was announced to be part of Ferrari, but then changed his mind and he's going to be in Aston Martin. Ferrari, speaking of which, as TB sets the fastest lap, 14.8. Ferrari has Gecko and the Chiller re-signed for Season 6. Alpine has Red Fire and Laggy Layton. Alfa Romeo has Paul God re-signed, but Paul God does not have a teammate just yet. And Haas has Payox in the field, but his teammate has yet to be determined. So, 4 seats are currently available for F1 for next season. But as for some of the guys that are in here tonight, that are hanging about and everything, like I said, Reese earlier, out of an F1 drive next season, is going to be an F1 Tier 2. He will be partnered with Cryptic as he is making his runs around. And there's Jack. 15.8 for him. Not bad for the AlphaTauri driver. Jack, by the way, he's going to be the Mercedes team principal next season. And he is actually going to be in Mercedes in F1 Tier 2 for Season 3. AK, who we will mention, by the way, he is also going to be in F1 Tier 2 next season, but he is going, and also F2 as well. In F1 Tier 2, he's going to be in Aston Martin, teaming up with Goon, and he's also going to be in Dams too. And let's see, TRT Dasher 6, who is 6th right now, 17.3. Next season, Dasher is going to be in Ferrari for F1 Tier 2 in Season 3, and his teammate is this fellow, who's lagging quite a bit, is RPL Zakaria, who has just been appointed the Ferrari team principal earlier this week. So, TB currently the fastest, 14.8. Detroit behind with a 15.4. As more and more drivers set up their fast laps, and we'll see where everyone will be. And once a lot are done, we'll figure out who is going to be in the cutoff. As Egg goes 4th fastest, 15.4, only 4/10 off of Jack. Looks like we have a problem. And okay, no, that's okay. Reese is just waiting for people to go through, and there is NRX squared. He is here. He'll take up the other Aston Martin. Now, there was some talk about him, by the way. Just need a look. Take a peek here. Okay. So speaking about with NRX Square, he is in McLaren for next season, but his time could be unknown, because if you follow him on Instagram, he is going to be going to Formula 4 UAE. That's the rumors that's being talked about. But, so, he did say that he's going to be away for 6 weeks, but he just needs to find the budget first, so he's not going as of yet, but that is something being talked about. So, if it is confirmed true, he does go to Formula 4 UAE, it's going to be quite interesting to see him run around. So, perhaps could be the possibility. Who knows? I'm going to predict probably within like next 2 or 3 years, we could see Joe Loki in FIA Formula 3. I'm surprised. Reese, he wound up sending his lap 5th fastest, 15.3. And he is almost a second clear of Red Fire. So as these guys are all out and about running around in their soft tires. So Cryptic, Max, so Cryptic, KVS, they've yet to set a lap, and the 2 Red Bulls have yet to set a lap too. And there is Square, he's in the pits, ready to come out later. So basically the Aston Martins, the Red Bulls, and Cryptic have yet to set a lap. So I think Cryptic is going to be restarting his run. Oh, never mind, he's not. Well, let's go on board with Maxwell here, as he's making his way around with his outlap. 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. As that gets cold at a run, he's P7, so that's safe enough for him to get into Q2. So, anyways, Maxwell, 3rd in the Drivers' Championship, as I said before. With 177 points, almost 20 clear of TB. So, but he is about 31 behind Reese. So, Maxwell could possibly, who knows, he could possibly get 2nd place in the Drivers' Championship. I mean, that's not too far back, but you never know what will happen. Anyways, that's Maxwell. He begins his first lap. And off and away to go. Let's see what he's got as he makes his way through the first chicane. Which, by the way, in the event notes, all the chicanes that are in here during qualifying, these guys are not allowed to cut it whatsoever. And if they do, it's a 10-second time penalty if they are caught. Now Maxwell looping his way through in Sector 2. He's coming up on a little traffic with the Aston Martin KVS. He's doing pretty solid. He's doing quite solid here. Just about a little 6 minutes left to go. Bounces and bounces. Gets a little close on the skirts there, the track limits. Now makes his way through the final couple corners. He's getting it up there right in about 5th gear out of the exit. Here he comes across the line. Will he challenge? And it is a 15-4. A 15-0, sorry. That is 4th place for him. Well, one other thing I will mention, I almost forgot to mention this in the Constructors' Championship. If Red Bull does secure the Constructors' Championship tonight, Mercedes is guaranteed a 2nd place finish because they are close. They are almost 200 points. They are 200 points behind Red Bull. They are 200 points behind Red Bull. So And Dasher just got eliminated for driving the wrong way. And Beatnik crashed too. What the heck happened? So Beatnik crashes out of Q1. Dasher thrown out for going the wrong way. So now we're going to be saying goodbye to we're most likely going to be saying goodbye to maybe 3 more drivers, and these guys can't pass Beatnik. Actually, no, we're going to say goodbye to 7. There'll be 7 drivers knocked out. Anyways, here comes Cryptic. He's gonna come across the line, and it is only 16-7. So, once Square, KVS, and Luke make their laps, yeah, well, those are the person that's in 14th behind Beatnik, which is AK. He is going to be, they're going to be thrown out. He'll be knocked out of Q2. Q1, sorry. I don't know why I'm saying Q2 and all that crap. And the AK gets really loose out of that back end. Here he comes across, and he's improved to 16-7, but he's over 1.2 seconds behind Beatnik. So therefore, he will be, once those laps are done, he'll be knocked down. So ironically, with Beatnik's time right now, Hanyan knocked himself out of it. He was P9. NRX Square, by the way, not on track. In the Lance Stroll car, unfortunately, but British Formula 4 driver, potential Formula 4 UAE driver. That could be interesting. So that should be a very interesting thing to say the least. So, as NRX Square is making his way around, KVS is also out there too. And Cryptic has crashed it. So Cryptic out too again. So Cryptic out in that little left thing, where Gecko is going through right now. Paul God has called it. And he's in P11, so he'll be okay to Q2. And AK out as well. So, I'm gonna be honest. So that means from 20th all the way to 13th, they'll be knocked out of Q1. Which means in Q2, only 2 drivers will be out. Chillers called it a run too. Anyways, here comes Square now. If he invalidates, he's got one more opportunity. But Luke, he's not coming out at all. He's gonna start dead last. And Square is P 11. Now KVS, he'll be coming out. He'll be making his way through. He can't make a mistake. So he's got to be a 15-3 or else he may not make it through. He'll join. We'll see what happens. Here he comes across the line. And it's P10. So we are saying goodbye to Dasher, Luke, Laggy Layton, AK, Cryptic, Beatnik, and Zakaria. All those 7 are out of Q1. So 7 drivers eliminated. That's nuts. Who'll make it from Q2 to Q3? We'll find out right after this. Okay, so I have it wrong. Zakaria is actually through, and hell, hard to believe, Zakaria for the first time since Spain puts Haas in Q2. So, nice little achievement for the Ferrari Academy team for a piece of junk Haas to be in Q2. I mean, literally, Haas, the butt of all F1 jokes. With, well, Mick Schumacher's alright, but Nikita Mazepin, who is basically the Trump of F1. I mean, literally, he is Donald Trump of F1 because his daddy bought him to ride. What a cunt. So, anyways, who's up and about for their first laps? Well, it's going to be the Alpine boys. And there goes Reese, he just bottled it. Oh, good lord. So, Red Fire is actually going to set the first starting lap. He's going to set the benchmark lap, and it is going to be in the 16s. A 16.9, and Reese, he's dived out to the pits, and he flats by those tires. And Gecko goes faster with a 15.0. Nearly 2 seconds up on red. But what's interesting is that NRX Square and TB, they're on mediums. They're going out on medium tires. And, ooh, Square gets a little loose in turn, I believe that is turn number 7. Unfortunately, he's going to have to go again. But TB, 15.2 on his mediums. But everyone else is out on the soft tires. So KVS, Egg, all these guys are all out on medium tires, soft tires. Let's see what KVS has. Oh, he monkeyed it up somewhere. He's got a minute and a half, almost a minute 40. Poor bastard. And Egg, second. What the hell is Egg smoking? I want to know what kind of kush Egg is smoking to get a 15.2 and be second fastest right now. So, Egg P2, I can't believe I'm saying that. The Chiller P4, Jack P5, Square is P6 with his medium tire run. Oh, never mind, his teammate just knocked him off with that time. Maxwell actually. I think Maxwell's just recharging because I think he made a mistake somewhere. He's just taking it nice and easy with his run. Matt, who we haven't talked about in a while, one win this season here in RPL. He won in Azerbaijan, which earlier in the season. His only win so far this season. I don't know how many total wins he's had so far, but we'll have to dive into the RPL records to find it. We know Matt has 1 win. Maxwell has 4. Reese has 1. Just trying to figure out who else had it. I just can't remember, in honesty. Zakaria. You know, I'm just gonna be flat out. If Zakaria, by some goddamn miracle, puts his car in Q3, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna be on commentary anymore if he puts his car in Q3. That's asking, what was he smoking to be P2? And he says he doesn't even know. That's funny. Well, Maxwell goes fastest. Zakaria is in P11 right now, but it'll be P13 in a sec, courtesy of F1X and Reese wants to get their laps through. In fact, with Reese, here he is now. His teammate 15.8. What's he's got? 15.5 puts him P5. So that winds up booting as he just spun out. Zakaria just spun out. But anyways, right now, this puts, let's see, so NRX Square's in the bubble, Redfire's in the cusp, and it is Polygod, Zakaria, and Matt right now at the bottom of the pile. F1X is yet to set a lap. And here he comes now, with Matt up his tail. So Matt in a bit of dirty air. Whoa, F1X nearly loses it. Out of the final corner. And it's only a 15.9, puts him in P11. So, and Matt goes second fastest with a 14.7. So there's only 5 minutes left to go here in Q2. And right now, the bottom 4, it's Zakaria, Polygod, Square, and F1X. With Redfire, KVS, and Reese, those 3 in the cusp. As Gecko has called it a run, he's 3rd fastest, so he is through to Q3. So, see if F1X can actually improve here. 15.9. He did lose some time because he that wobbling out of the final corner. And much better exit this time. He's just died out to the pits. Like, nope, I need to go another time. So, let's see what Paul God has up his sleeve. And right behind him, starting his new lap, is KVS. I do wonder, will KVS be able to make it through into Q3? Zakaria, I don't know why he's on the medium tires. I don't think it's a smart idea. But one thing I will mention, Zakaria, where he is for P14, he is tied with the highest starting position for a Haas driver, and that starting position was done by AK, again in Spain, where he qualified P14. But he was promoted up to P13 after one driver got a 5-place grid drop. So technically, AK still has the better start with 13th, but he qualified 14th. So that's what it is. Egg is called it a run, and that is a P3, and that's a P4 for him. So he is definitely through to Q3. And KVS has bailed out. So 2.5 minutes left to go in Q2, and there is the two Ferrari Academy guys. Zakaria leading the charge with Paul God right behind. And that is, I believe, that is F1X out on his outlap. So, let's see what's going to happen. And Paul got over half a second up. So he's definitely vastly improving. Paul got, as mentioned before, re-signed to the Ferrari Academy under the Alfa Romeo for next season. And here he comes across the line, and it is 15.9. It's only 11th fastest. So currently, right now, the fastest lap, the fastest at the bottom of the pile, which is 10th, it's held by F1X with a 15.9. And he's out and about on a new run. And Zakaria dived out to the pits. He's done. So Zakaria, P14. And Square makes a mistake in that last chicane, goes very wide. And what in the hell is Red Bull smoking? I mean, literally, look at Jack 3, AP5. What the? I got. Oh Lord, I got nothing. I'm like at a loss for words right now. All I can say. All I can say is I'm at a loss for words. There goes F1X. He goes second fastest. There we go. But it boosts the boost Red Fire to the bottom of the pile. And it puts KVS at risk of being knocked out because he's P10. Paul God's not going out for another run, so Paul God's out. And that is it for Q2. Square is going to be the first one out, finished up. So, he has to get a 15.5 in order to beat his teammate. And can he do it? And it is P5, so he is through. KVS knocked out of Q2. Here comes Reese, posted sure at the bottom of the pile now. Here comes that Red Fire, and it's P11, and the Chiller, by the skin of his teeth, he's through. So TB, he doesn't need to go another run. He's already through. He is through to Q3. He can save that tire. I don't think TB is listening. I think he wants to put an exclamation point. Oh, never mind. Yes, he is. Now he's in. So, Zakaria, Polygon, KVS, and Redfire knocked out of Q number 2. It is TB, Egg, Reese, Gecko, Square, Jack, The Chiller, Matt, F1X, and Maxwell in Q3. Who will get pole? We'll find out right after this. Okay, we are ready to go for Q3 now, after a little wait. So who's up and about first? It'd be the Gecko Man. Unfortunately, not many people are watching on the stream here on our Twitch. It's only 4 people viewing. Up, we're to 6. Anyways, here we go. Gecko on deck. Let's see, here we go. Here goes Gecko up about. See someone on deck, and then someone's around. Is that in trouble? Oh, square around. Is square in trouble? That's interesting. To say the least, but there goes Gecko now. He also set the provisional starting time. Ubi poll. You know what? For those in the chat, take your bets. Who do you think will be pole here in F1? And who do you think will be top 3? This Gecko sets the starting mark. 14-0. A 14-4. Well, if I had to pick that and Jack's in the wall. Well, if I had to pick who would be the top 3, I would say it'd be Maxwell on pole. I would say Maxwell on pole, TBP2, and probably Matt for 3rd. Let's take a peek here. Let's see who says what. Well, Zakaria, who's sitting out, says me. He'll be pole. Yeah. Yeah, you wish. DPT Jordan, which I'm gonna safely guess that is RPL Jordan. He says Joe is going to be on pole, TB on P2, and Matt P3. Very interesting pick. Very interesting picks, I will say that. And then... Oh, wrong guy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I just saw with the thing it said Jordan. I just saw it was, but anyways, last one, MFD 971. Oh, Jordan, you bitch. Anyway, MFD 791 predicts Maxwell, TB, and F1X for top 3. Well, I will say Jordan and MFD has some nice choices, to say the least, but they are in agreement on the P2 driver, which will be TB. Let's see, so Gecko leading the way, 14-4, Matt P2 with a 14-5, the Chiller 15-0, and Square 15-1. Oh, let's see what Maxwell's got. He's up and about. So, compared on everybody's here, well, Jordan, MFD, and myself, we have agreed on TB being P2. MFD and I are in oh. Oh, MFD's cryptic. Wow. I'm being messed with. I'm being messed with by two of our guys in the two of our server members in the Twitch chat. All right. Let's see, Jordan. Am I doing anything? Doing a special thing for lights out? Nah, I can't. I originally had the idea of what to do, but unfortunately, if I did, I might get sued by NASCAR. So let's see. Here comes TB now. Mercedes team principal right now, going to McLaren team principal next season, and it's a 14-2. Let's see who's up and about now. Okay, well, the AlphaTauri guys are hanging out and around. I mean, literally, with Q2, Jack in the top 5, Egg P9. So, I do wonder how these two will do. This will be very interesting to see how these guys go. But anyways, with Jack, Season 8 F2 champion, Season 4 F1.5, and Season 1 Season 4 F1.5 champion, Season 1 F1 Tier 2 champion. So, let's see what happens here. Jordan's saying I won't get sued by NASCAR. Yeah. Considering that some places have been making some really absurd lawsuits in the last few weeks, like literally I found this one. A boy in Thailand made a Nintendo Switch out of cardboard because his family couldn't afford it, and he was playing with the Switch they made from cardboard, pretending like he was playing Nintendo Switch games. It went viral on the internet, and apparently Nintendo got wind of it, and they went to Thailand and actually sued the family for $2.5 million for copyright infringement. Anyways, Jack, 15-1, P6, Egg, 14-8, P4. There's still only three drivers left to put a lap in, and Reese is one of them. And Reese, fifth fastest, 14-8, just a few hundred shy of Egg's time. And Maxwell is invalidated. That's not good. That chicane's starting to throw these guys off for a loop. But let's hope Maxwell's got enough fuel in the tank for one run. If he doesn't, he's gonna start P10. Or if he invalidates, that's not gonna be good. Looks like he does have one run in him. And looks like Jack has ran off to the pits, and unofficially, he's P7 right now. But he will fall down to P9 once these guys set a lap, possibly. And was that Gecko? No, that was... No, yeah, Gecko... on a new lap. Square. Square on a run. Okay, Eggs dived off to the pits. Reese off to the pits. There goes TB. He's gonna see if he can make an exclamation point stamp. There comes F1X. As the time dwindles down. And F1X destroys the bollard and goes third fastest. There goes Maxwell now. Just makes it 14-0. He's on pole right now. And the Chiller way off track. So that'll be the Chiller for P8. And Gecko did improve, so Gecko P3. And isn't it kind of ironic? My top three that I had a Maxwell, TB, and Gecko. Wait, no. I said Matt was going to be P3. I didn't expect Gecko to be P3. There goes TB. And it's not enough. TB is out. And F1X is out of it. Maxwell is pole position. So Gecko P3, very interesting to see him in P3. Although, I don't know if we had a Ferrari be on pole yet. I know McLaren has a pole, with Malley getting a pole position in Mexico a couple weeks ago. I'm just looking at the chat here. TB said that a Red Bull on pole was sauce with a Merc on P2 on mediums, and he is not wrong. TB did get through to Q2, from Q3 to Q2 to Q3 in mediums, and he was 10th place. But there it is. Maxwell on pole by almost a quarter of a second over TB, and Gecko is in third. So, coming up is the race itself, and we'll see how chaotic this is going to get. So, here we go. 10 seconds left to start, and we will be launching off for RPL's 17th round of this season. And we are curious to see who is going, what will happen for the remaining 3 rounds after this. But, here we go. So, why don't we get the position started up for today's event. So front row, it is Maxwell and TB making up row 1. And it is Gecko and F1X making up row 2. Then it is Matt and Egg in row 3. Then it is Reese and the Chiller in row 4. Jack and Square make up row 5. Then it is Redfire and KVS making up row 6. Polygon and Sicaria making up row 7. Beatnik and Cryptic being row 8. AK and Laggy Layton making up row 9. And in the back row, it is Luke, who didn't sit a lap, and Dasher for being DQ'd. So, looking at the tires, it is TB, Redfire, KVS, Beatnik, and Luke on the medium compound tires. Everybody else is on the softs. So, 32 laps is the event as these cars get themselves ready on through. So, remember what's at stake here. Mercedes is in a must-dire situation. They must outscore Red Bull by 11 points in order to keep their constructors' title hope alive. And if they don't, Red Bull will win its first dual championship in RPL F1 and will end Mercedes' 3-season dominance. Because in constructors, Mercedes won season 2, 3, and 4, with Mally being the season 2 champion and Luke being the season 3 and 4 champion. But now with Luke winning his 3rd Drivers' Championship in a row, and it is Red Bull to possibly get their first dual title. So, here we go. The 5 lights come on to start Imola. And we're off and away. And it is Maxwell getting a very strong start. TB gets slow start. Man, up in 3 wide. Hello, we have a massive wreck immediately. That is Laggy Layton off. And we have another Mercedes off. That's F1X off. Maxwell going to the curb. Maxwell going onto the curb. And now we have Ferrari Gecko leading the way. And we have an Alpine spun out. And that is, and we have a VSC out of the gate immediately, and oh man, lots of penalties all over the place. VSC all over, and it's 5 seconds everywhere. Let me take a peek. It is TB, Gecko collision with each other, Square, Red collision with each other. So, and Laggy Layton out already, and the Alpine has spun out that we saw in the background. That is Reese that spun out. So Reese spun out in the opening couple corners, and he's all the way back in P19. So, and that was F1X that went off, and he fell from P4 all the way down to P7 now. And now, as these drivers set to scramble up for position, it is Maxwell, Gecko. Oh, it's TB and Gecko battling it out. TB gets clear of Gecko, and he is up into P2. F1X clears the Chiller. So, it was that, but it is now Maxwell, TB, Gecko, Matt, Egg, F1X, the Chiller, Jack, Square, and Redfire. And we have trouble. There's Sicaria off in the wall, and Dasher involved too. And they have crashed in turn number 3. And we have another virtual safety car, and Dasher, no wing, Zakaria out in the wall. And that's the end. And we're not even a lap and a half through. We've only had 2 VSCs and 2 drivers out. And I'm slightly starting to get a headache. Anyways, back on the green now. As Maxwell runs off, he's a little over a second clear. Here comes Matt on the back end of Gecko to see if he can get himself into there. Here comes Square on the inside of Jack, attempting to get wrestle P8 from him, but just can't get it in there. Here we go, on board with Square. He's thinking of making a move. Here he goes. F1X clears Egg, and these guys side by side as they make their way through towards turn number 1. And they're still side by side hitting the chicane, and Square makes it through. Square is through, and Beatnik loses 2 positions, losing 10th and 11th to Redfire and KVS. And Luke is starting to make his climb up to the points positions. He started 19th, and he's up in the 13th after clearing Polygon. Now he's up against Beatnik for P12. It looks like we have an issue early, and that's Red Fire off. So Red Fire has spun it. And that is in the hook section. That's at the end of sector 2, but he's okay. So Alpine having problems just like last week. Let's see who's going to make the charge here. Here we go. DRS wide open for Square. Here he comes on the inside and clears the Chiller. Square up into P7. Oh, we had trouble. And, Square spun out. And Luke up into the points now. He's up into P9. Square had a problem at the crane to Chiller. And multiple people having issues. But now here comes his teammate to try to get past. He's got Polygon right with him, but KVS says, nope, may not. Oh, wait. Battle for 4th, by the way. Here goes F1X on the inside of Matt. And oh, there goes F1X. I'll be honest, I don't think that was Matt's fault. F1X sent a move to try to make an attack for P4, and it just did not work for him. I think that's a racing incident in my opinion. And TV challenged by Gecko, and Gecko makes his way through, and Gecko up into P2 now. Meanwhile, the Chiller clears Jack for P6. And meanwhile, while that's happening, as F1X gets himself a 3-second penalty, joins the 3-second penalty club, Maxwell 2 seconds clear of Gecko. So currently, as it sits right now, let's see, just by taking a look at it, let's see, currently the biggest winners right now is the Ferrari Academy guys. They're sitting in P6 and P2, and Square spun out again. And that is not good for NRX. For NRX Square, he's having problems, and he's got no wing either. So Jockey having big problems, and another VSC. So trouble again for the Aston Martin. He's already had two spins, and now has damaged his car pretty bad. So we're currently on lap 5 of this event, and we've already had our 3rd virtual safety car. And F1X gets a drive-through for speeding! What a knucklehead! Well, that's going to cost. That's most likely going to cost Mercedes the constructor's title, as Luke sniffs the butt of Jack, and Jack moves over to make Luke go to P7. Now Luke is going to be in pursuit of the Chiller now for P6. As F1X comes into the pit to serve his drive-through, as Luke completes the pass and is up into P6 now. But now he has over 4-second gap behind Egg to catch up for P5. Meanwhile, TB is still in hot pursuit of Gecko, and Gecko right now is sitting 3 seconds behind of Maxwell. But just remember though, we have trouble. And that is Mac. Oh my God! Oh no! The leader spun out. Maxwell has spun out in the hook, just like Red Fire did. The leader spins out, and now Gecko inherits the lead. Now we're on board with TB. He's probably gonna make the challenge for the lead. Here he goes. Where's Gecko gonna go? He stays to the inside. Gecko loses the lead. TB takes over. So TB takes the lead in lap 7, and the Gecko leads 1 lap. Meanwhile, Jack, here he comes on the inside of the Chiller and claims P7. Polygod clearing KVS for P9. Here comes Beatnik thinking about making a move. Beatnik we haven't talked about yet. And there goes Maxwell again. Oh, he hit so hard. Maxwell hard into the wall. Doesn't seem to be damaged in the slightest, but he's fallen all the way down to P12. So Maxwell having issues and a half, and he's losing so much ground. And he's all the way down in P15 now. So the secondary drivers of Red Bull and Mercedes having problems. Literally, TB had F1X. F1X had issues. And now with Luke, Maxwell's gone around. Who's got the fastest lap right now? And that is Maxwell that has it. So currently, as it sits right now, let's see. So TB, compared to Luke, TB at this present time, Mercedes is 1 point clear. Is actually 4 points clear and staying ahead of Red Bull to keep the constructors alive. So remember, Mercedes has to outscore, and trouble. That's Maxwell in the pits. Actually, no, that's F1X in trouble. That's F1X in trouble. Okay. So, anyways, what I was saying. TB for Mercedes. Mercedes has to outscore Red Bull by 11 points in order to keep the constructors alive, and right now they're 4 points clear.
F1X is just having a horrible time. I mean, F1X, he's at risk of getting lapped. This is now the 5th time he's spun out. Beatnik clears KVS for P9. And what's more shocking, Luke is catching up. Luke is catching up to get into the points. It's cryptic. And after disaster fuel firing happening all over, I can't believe it, but F1X is now lapped down. And Luke clears egg for P2, or for P4. Oh man, F1X is just having a horrendous time. And Squares crashed at the end of there, and safety car out, and Matt bumpers off to the pits. And Luke is staying out with his mediums. So, as a lot of these guys are coming into the pits to get their laps in, to get their new sets on, as everyone's on to medium tires. So, here we go. As the safety car is out and Square out of the event. So Square having disaster after disaster. It's now the 3rd driver out. Now this will mean that F1X will be allowed to get his lap back. And he is in P17, so he really should. So he could brave a sigh of relief now. So let's see, looking at the time penalties here. So Gecko TB have 5, KVS, AK, DeChiller with 3, and Gecko and TB going to the pits, which means Luke will inherit the lead. That means Gecko will inherit the lead, Luke will inherit the lead, and Beatnik's in 2nd place. So the top 10 after these pit stops, it is Luke, Beatnik, KVS, Matt, Egg, Jack, DeChiller, Polygon, Cryptic, and Reese. So now here's the thing though. We are in lap 11 of this event, and the top 3 have yet to pit. So that means they are going to have to pull a monumental push. They're going to have to do a monumental push to be clear of the guys behind. But at this present time, F1X in this pile. There he is. He should be allowed to get clear and get his lap back. He should be allowed any second. Unless the settings got changed, so which where he is right now between the Chiller and Jack, he's gonna have to wait. Oh. Yeah, I guess they changed the settings, so F1X is in P17 and he'll stay a lap down. So that means Mercedes are not in the points. Yeah, so Mercedes will have to rely on TB only, and that's it, because F1X, he's gonna be remaining a lap down. So I think that, unfortunately, that's gonna mean we may have our 4th DNF in F1X. So TB is going to be on his own to try to get the constructors alive for Mercedes. As, yep, the settings were changed. F1X is going to be stuck between Jack and the Chiller. Anyways, Luke, he's gone. He's giggity gone. And Beatnik caught asleep. But Matt is not asleep. Here he goes on the inside of KVS, and Matt in a P3. Now the Red Bull, now the McLarens, the Papaya Boys in 2 and 3 right now. And Beatnik moves over from Matt. Matt up in the P2 now. So Matt's up in the P2 and AK having trouble. So AK having issues. F1X on Red Fire in trouble. As he bows his way through. Reese back into the points after a mishap earlier in the event. Now Matt is in hot pursuit of Luke. Now remember, Luke, he does have to pit later, but we won't be seeing that until probably in the 20s. But because of him having to pit, Luke will be probably falling out of the points. And there's Gecko, the guy that was in that was leading for a lap or two. He's out of it. Reese loses the point to TB. TB back in the points. Now here comes TB on to Cryptic for P9. And TB up into P9. Meanwhile, the 2 Alpha Tauris are sitting in P5 and P6. So Alpha Tauri sitting at a nice chunk of 18 points. And Alpha Tauri looking to be strong to chance on finishing in P4 in the constructors. DRS should be enabled at this time by. Here comes TB on the Chiller. The Chiller just goes, nope, not chancing it. TB muscles his way into P7. Now here comes TB. Now he is in pursuit of Jack. That's for P6. Here we go. Heading up into turn 1. Who's going to break later? And it is going to be TB. Oh boy, they're a little close. And TB, safe at least. And oh, Reese in trouble. And Reese has lost the wing. So something disastrous happened to Reese. And off he goes into the gravel. Having problems again. Now he's fallen all the way back to dead last. TV now in pursuit of the Alpha Tauris. Get himself in there. Beatnik had a problem. Loses. Oh, we got hit. And off goes Egg and Beatnik. And Egg gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting, but that should be taking off. So is Beatnik's 5-second for corner cutting, because he was rammed by TB. And Beatnik and TB off into the pits. We did catch that on stream, so Beatnik's 5-second corner cut, which unfortunately he is stuck having to serve. Egg just disconnected. We need Egg back in here. He's currently in P4. So we need to get him back. He's in P4 right now. And meanwhile, there's a possible challenge for the lead as Matt has honed in on Luke. And Zakaria has quit. Well, actually, Zakaria has already DNF'd. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. And, oh, we got trouble again. And Gecko into the wall. And Gecko into the wall, and so is Cryptic into the wall. And another VSC, our 4th one of the event, and Luke is in the pits. So the VSC plays to Luke's hands. And off he goes. Now he will lose multiple positions, but the question is how far back will he be? It looks like he is going to come out in P10. Just no, he's gonna beat Gecko at the P10. So Luke is in P10 right now. Now, unfortunately, Maxwell is out of the points. Luke is still in it. And Maxwell's actually back into the pits. And we are back on the way. And oh, Dasher is wrecked hard. And there he is right there. And Dasher has done a George Russell. Dasher was all the way up in P6, and now it's all gone. But look who's in the points now. Look who's in 2 and 3. The Alpha Tauri boys. So Matt leads the way, and Jack and Egg are P2 and 3 right now. Tachora's in P4, and look at this. Polygon is in P5, and Red Fire Incidents. He's back in P6, and Luke clears AK for P7. AK himself is in P8. So, Egg's rejoining. He is in. He is back in session, so he's going to be taking control of his car any second now. So, Jack may need to be careful when his car becomes solid, but Jack will get DRS, courtesy of his teammate, but also Egg. AI, F1X. But Egg is back in action, and he's in P3 right now, being challenged by the Chiller. And AK loses P8 to Gecko. So Egg is back in action. You're welcome, Egg, to get himself back. So Matt leading the charge, and he is a long way away. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but look who also just went a lap down. Maxwell's a lap down now. So Maxwell goes a lap down here. Matt leads the charge as Maxwell sets the fastest lap, but it won't count. He's in P15, and Matt over 10 seconds clear of Jack. And now here comes Egg to get past his teammate to get P2 back. This is going to be a monumental points haul for AlphaTauri to be P2 and P3 right now. I mean, literally, there's a mini train here, and who was that? Oh, that was F1X that crashed. That was F1X that spun out again. But literally, look at this mini train from P2 to P5. Red Fire in the back of it, but now is being joined by Polygon. Polygon's joined himself in, and look who's in P7. Luke is over 2 seconds behind Polygon and closing. Where is TB, by the way? TB is in P11, over 8 seconds behind KVS. I can't believe that. Literally, Red Bull, Mercedes having problems, and we have unlikely drivers in the points. And F1X speeds in the pits, he's in the pits, and he is out. F1X is done. So F1X, disaster after disaster after disaster, and that ends his Mercedes run. He is out. That's his Mercedes run here tonight, and Luke has cleared Polygon for P6. Now he's going to be inserting himself into DRS train to get into the big points now. As Beatnik dived onto the pits now. Now, looking at the penalties here. Egg, Jack, and Red Fire moves over for Luke. Shocking there. So Egg, the Chiller, Red Fire, AK and KVS. 3 seconds of penalty points, 3 seconds of penalties, and now Cryptic joins it, and oh, trouble, and that is Beatnik gone a lap down, helping Matt out. And here goes KVS on the inside of AK, now on the outside, and that's for P9. And KVS into the point is in P9 now. Red Fire played it smart. I don't know if he played it smart or what, but he let Luke through to get P5 now. Now Luke in pursuit of the two AlphaTauris and the Ferrari of the Chiller. The Chiller and Luke nearly come together, And the Chiller says, nope, I'm backing off. Luke into P4 now. But now Luke seeking a podium now as he's right behind the two sister cars. And Jack. Let's see, here we go. Here goes Luke on the inside now as he makes his way to get past Jack, and he does. He's successful, and Luke up into P3. And now Egg moves over, and Luke in a P2, Egg in a P3, Jack in a P4, the Chiller in P5, and Red Fire just picks up another 3-second penalty. So, now Luke has to hunt down Matt. Now this is where things are going to get interesting because Matt is over 12 seconds, is just under 12 seconds clear of Luke. And Luke is starting to close the gap. And now looking at the tire things. Luke, 5-lap-old soft tires. Matt, 12-lap-old medium tires. Meanwhile, the battle is for the last podium position. It is between Egg, Jack, and the Chiller. Now Jack did win in Brazil on track, but a penalty booted him out to P4. And Jack clears Egg, and he's in the podium position now. So Jack is looking to get his first podium in RPL F1. Now Red is starting to lose track of the guys at front. He is 1.7 seconds behind the Chiller, but because of his 6 seconds of penalties, he is going to lose P7. He's going to lose P6 to Polygod, but he is going to stay ahead of Gecko, who also has 3 seconds. Is happening. Matt has just completed another lap. We are nearing we are about 8 laps to go, and Luke has in 2 laps has clawed over 3 seconds out of him. So with the points difference, that's for sure, as Egg clears Jack. Anyways, as I was saying beforehand, at the rate this is going, Luke, right at the end of the race, could challenge Matt for the win. Let's see, as it is right now, there's Matt just starting in the chicane of Sector 3 as Luke is exiting the bowl. Let's take a look at the gaps. We'll take a look at the gap for this next lap, that's for sure, as Luke is now. As Matt just starts his next lap, here comes Luke to cross it off. Here's our first gap marking there. 7.8 seconds between Matt and Luke. So Luke has gained over 1.5 seconds on Matt. Now the question is, what will the gap be once this is all done? For the final podium place is still running rampant. Oh no, there goes the Chiller off. The Chiller has gone off the track. So the chiller has gone off, and that is going to put a hampering on the chiller. That eliminates him out, but puts Red Fire up into P5 now. And Gecko gets another 3-second penalty. That's 9 seconds he's got. So, Matt was 7.8 seconds clear of Luke on last lap. Now it is 6.6. So Luke has gained 1.2 seconds. So at this rate, Luke will catch Matt on the final lap. And the rate it's going. Meanwhile, Ferrari in pursuit, Gecko right now in pursuit of Polygon. That's for P7, but don't forget about all the penalties that Gecko has gotten. He's got oh my god, he's got 11 seconds, but he's still staying where he is. Actually, no, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose 2 places because of TB. Okay, Red Fire's got 6. Okay, so. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting, to say the least. This is gonna be interesting to see how this is all gonna rank about. But anyways, and Gecko just gets another one. That's 14 seconds for Gecko now. Anyways, let's see. So now the comparison now, 6.6 last lap. It is now 5.7. Luke has gained about a second on Matt. And we got trouble. That is KVS off. And Maxwell wrecks it. And triggers a safety car. So this is not gonna be fair. I think. Okay, I'm just gonna suspect. I think Maxwell intentionally binned it so Luke can catch close with Matt. So a late safety car, and it is a Red Bull that crashed, and this works into Luke's favor now. What's Matt going to do? That's the question. What's Matt going to do? Okay, he's off. He's off to the pits. But that's going to mean Luke is going to stay out. Yes, he is. So Luke will inherit the lead. Okay, so I just found this out. The stewards have noted the incident between the Maxwell's crash. They have noted it. So that could mean that Maxwell could be might be investigated by the stewards. I mean, it seems a little weird because Maxwell was a lap down and he just crashed it just before the hairpin. So, Sun sees a little weird there, if you ask me. Safety car is going to be coming in very soon. Oh, it's actually in already, actually. Actually, it is in. Yeah, it is in. And Matt and Jack takes the lead, takes second place from Meg. And Luke is over 2 seconds gone. And now the AlphaTauris forming a barrier. And there goes Egg. Oh wait, no, that's a leg spike for Egg. And now Matt rampages through 2 laps there. So through 2 people, here he goes on red fire, and he gets clear in a P4. Now Matt in pursuit. And now Matt clears Jack, gets him into P3 now. But still, the final lap is upon us. So, here it is. And there goes Matt on the outside, gets past Egg, and is in the second place now. And there goes Luke, far gone, 3 seconds clear of Matt. Meanwhile, the fight is towards the end of the race, but let's see what happens after all these penalties are put together. This means the whole shebang is going to be spread over. So, controversy again kicks in, and there goes Egg off the track. Who's going to be where? But as they come around the final corner, controversy strikes for the Red Bull guys, as Luke is going to win the Imola GP, and that gives the constructors to Red Bull. Matt is second, and Jack out-muscles for P3. TB is 4, Paul got P5, the Chewer is P6, Egg P7, Redfire P8, Gecko P9, and KVS is P10. And that is the end of it. So, wow. Huh. Well, that was a very interesting race, to say the least. But, I mean, as it says, Luke is the winner. But in controversial fashion again. So, well, it shows on screen Luke driver today. I'm just gonna say in honesty, I don't think he's driver today this time. So, let's clear this out. Let's take a look at our top 10. Let's see who I feel is going to be driver today, that's for sure. Well, if I had to pick who would be driver today, I have my choice set. Who do I think is driver today? I'm marking him this guy. Polygon, driver today tonight. Starting P13, had a couple issues. And TB as well, couple issues as well. These two rally for P4 and P5. A strong run for those guys. That's what I think it is going to be for drivers of the day. So, this will be so this will conclude the end of the stream here tonight. But here's the thing. This will be interesting to say the least for the events coming up. So, to kick off, F1 Tier 2 will be in Baku this coming Friday. Then, next Saturday, F2 will be at Spa-Francorchamps. And next Sunday, F1 will be in Portugal for round 18. And for the other two series, round 8. Before we are on a 2-week break for Christmas and New Year's. So, from RPL Streams, this is Time 9. We'll say good night and have a wonderful one.